Look, he's biting it. So he's hungry.
And this is TK, short for Tough Kitty. Saturday morning we were out fishing, and we had the radio going on in the boat. We were sitting next to the Buckman, and it's real loud in the traffic.
We hear this teacher down in the water.
And he kept telling me he heard a cat, and I'm going, whatever. You know, I thought he was joking like catfish. And then he finally came over and actually slapped my leg. He said, I hear a cat. I said, fine. I said, turn off the radio. He turned it off, and I listened for a minute, and I heard a meow. And I'm like, Dad, I think I hear a cat. And he's like, well, and we'll just be quiet and listen. Then we heard another meow, and this went on for about 5 minutes. And that's when my dad said, well, you know, we'll just pull the anchor and we'll go take a look. Maybe, you know, cat fell from the bridge or something was on the pilings. Basically, we went around the corner and we heard the meow again. There were several other boats out there, and we were like yelling at one another, you guys hear that? One guy said, yeah. So we pulled anchor and we started going along pilings, and we were looking up because that's where we thought. And that's when he said, Dad. And he pointed, and all we saw was like this much of her neck sticking above water, and the paws dug into the concrete with the barnacles. And it was just starting to go to low tide, so she was actually on the barnacles. Well, my dad, we maneuvered the boat over, and he put a net under her and got her into the boat. And I picked her up, and she was like a limp rag doll. I wrapped her up in a towel, and he immediately came over, took him, and sat down in a chair and started talking to the cat, which really calmed her down. I think her last trip was in a car, because when we got in the car is when she went, she did not want to be in the vehicle. So that's how we pretty much surmised somebody took her over the bridge. And she was somebody's house cat. This was a pet. There's no way this is a wild cat or ever was a wild cat. I'm just saying there are too many places to take an animal to, a shelter. There's too many adoption agencies out here. I mean, countless places that she could have taken this animal. And I don't know if they were just being spiteful. Maybe they were mad at somebody and this was somebody's pet. It's a shame. This animal, she's as sweet as they come. I mean, she's not mean. The next day I was contemplating, you know, taking her to a Humane Society, but when I woke up and he's laying in bed with the cat and they're both arm in arm sleeping, I figured, well, my dad was right. There's no bonding experience more important than a human who saves an animal.